What's good, boys? Today we're gonna talk about how to start your clothing brand with no money. Let's get into it. If you have no money, it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna kid you, boys. It's gonna be quite the journey. If you have some capital, 2K, 3K, amazing. If you don't have the capital, then this video is for you. Let's get some things out of the way. You don't wanna start ordering anything from no factory, because even the low MOQ factories, they're gonna still ask you to order 50 t-shirts per color, per size, and you're not gonna sell that shit. If you don't have an online presence, nobody's gonna buy that. It's gonna be in your bedroom, in a box, in a corner, and you're gonna be pissed. So forget that. This is what you're gonna do, and this is what I did. You start making samples, a shit load of samples. You start making hats. You start making print t-shirts, print hoodies. From the little money that you have, from leftover, like already used clothes that you have, you don't even have to buy anything new. You just do what you can with what you have. After that, you start spamming your clothes on social media. You need to let people know that your clothing brand is out there. You start making content for your clothes. You start making an online website. You set up your Shopify. You don't even need money to set up your Shopify. You can get a 2-week trial, start it out. If that doesn't work, bam, delete, start again. You start doing that, you start printing designs, you start spamming that all over social media, and if that doesn't work, then we move on to the next strategy. We start getting money from wherever we can. We start reselling, we start doing meme coin trading, you start pitching to investors, you start pitching to manufacturers, and this is how you're gonna do that. Let's be clear, your clothing brand has no solid status. Nobody knows it, nobody cares about it, but what they do care is already important fashion brands, fashion houses. You start reselling. You start buying things for very cheap on sites like End Clothing, Essence, Farfetch. They got these end of season discounts like 50%, 70%, and you might want to start buying that because everybody knows those brands. I bought these Maison Margielas. I mean, the color is fine, but the price was even better, like 120 euros, and the retail is like 500, 600. So if I want this gone quickly, I can just sell it for 250, and it's gonna be gone, and I've doubled my profits. And I bought that cheap. You start reselling, you start getting a feel of how fashion business works, because it's still business at the end of the day. You're making money. You start getting an idea of what people like, what sells, what doesn't. Shoes sell better than hats. Nobody wants to spend 300 on a hat, but they will spend 300 on a shoe. And you get a feel, you start understanding how this fashion business works. Next is, okay, you want to be a little bit more risky. You start finding manufacturers in your area. You start finding factories that maybe they don't have a social media presence because management is old, They don't know how TikTok works, but you do. You do, and you can pitch them, hey, I can bring you customers. Let me create your website. Let me be the middleman. Let me create promotion. This is another good idea. And the reason I said risky is because you're the middleman. You're responsible for customers trust you, and they put a big order. They expect certain standards. So if the manufacturer doesn't meet those standards, you're gonna be responsible. You're gonna be making money, and with that money you can just use that same manufacturer and make your own clothes, probably free of charge if you become friends with them and you're making them money. Especially if that's too much of a hassle for you, okay, where do you get the money? Well, you might have rich friends, you might have rich family members, so you pitch them. But you don't just go on a party dinner and tell them, hey, I have a clothing brand, can you invest? No, everybody's doing that. So you have to prepare a business plan. You have to cover the costs. You have to cover every single strategy. When you're gonna release your clothes, how you're gonna release it, which markets you're gonna release them on. Is it Europe? Is it Asia? Who's gonna buy it, you know? And most importantly, if everything fails, what are you gonna do? How are they gonna get their money back? What's your strategy if shit goes south? So you might wanna sell the clothes that you made to a manufacturer, or you wanna sell them in bulk to someone, a store or something. How low are your prices gonna get if nobody buys? How much of their money are they gonna get back, you know? You don't wanna get blocked by your cousin who trusted you. There's risk involved in that. It's not your money, it's someone else's. They believed in you, so you gotta make money for them. You move on to another sector, you know, you start doing e-commerce, you start selling shampoo oil, baby oil, no Didi. You start doing all of that, and it's still business at the end of the day. You're gonna get experience, you're gonna learn. When it comes to e-commerce, you don't even have to send the order in bulk to your house. You can just find a cheap manufacturer and ship it straight to the customer. You're gonna be making some money through that. You're gonna be learning how consumer mindset works. So if that doesn't work, guys, maybe last resort, with whatever money you have left, $20, you start going into meme coins. You start trading something. Try doubling that money. I've done that. I've made some money. Positive P&L, you know. You do what you can with what you have. And if that doesn't work, I'm the bearer of bad news, but you might need to apply to McDonald's or KFC or some shit. So that's the last resort, and we don't want that. So you gotta pray for that not to happen. But yeah, boys, it's a tough journey if you don't have any money, if you don't have followers, if you don't have anything. It's gonna be tough. Nobody said it wouldn't. No brand is gonna blow up from nothing. It requires a lot of hard work. This is my advice, you know. Take it as you wish. Do as you can. But don't give up, because if you believe in it, someone else will down the line. After you put on so much hard work, you're gonna gain some traction. However, whenever, you're gonna get there. I believe in you.